Hi everyone, today we're going to learn about embedding text evidence and integrating them into paragraphs, which is a crucial skill for enhancing any analysis paragraph. In this section, we will outline how to make your arguments more compelling. So the first question you really have to ask when you're thinking about evidence is, why do people even use quotes to begin with? Like, what do quotes even do for an argument? And the answer to that are multiple purposes. Actually, it supports quotes or evidence show support from authorities. They allow you to analyze key positions, and they allow you to preserve possible language that might lose its meaning if paraphrased. Our first example of a type of text reference is a direct text reference. And in this situation, the writer uses a signal phrase followed by the exact words from the source. An example of this would be here, the signal phrase in red, followed by the direct comma and a quotation with the direct quote being used. The gestures used for greeting others differ greatly from one culture to another, with a punctuation and close that quotation. Why would someone want to use a direct reference? Ideally, to preserve some type of specific language that has significance in some way. Or it would lose meaning if you were to change the wording in any way. So one of the interesting things about using direct text references is that in a lot of ways they tend to be rather overused, where it would benefit the reader or the learner many times to use a different type of text reference, because if you're using a direct text reference for any reason other than the specific language should be saved, sometimes it might be better to use a different type. Our second type of text reference is an indirect text reference. And this is the situation where the reference is actually paraphrased or summarized as opposed to directly quoted. An example here, you can see there's no actual quotation marks at all. And instead, the writer is simply paraphrasing or summarizing information from page 51 of this particular source. Example saying civil wars in many countries, including Somalia and Rwanda, have caused aid to be redirected to peacekeeping and emergency relief. Why would we want to use an indirect text reference over any other type? Ideally, this becomes beneficial when it's more helpful to condense that information than to display very complex types of information. So using ideas, thoughts, or opinions where there's no real need to show that direct information, and there's actually more of a benefit to present fewer words to increase clarity. The final type of text reference is basically the combination of the two. A blended text reference combines the author's words into your own sentence structure. An example of that is below, using a quote from Elie Wiesel's Night. Now as Rabbi Elihu searches hopelessly for a son of his whom had abandoned him, and here's the quotation part, a prayer formed inside Elie to this God he no longer believed, and he renounces his faith completely. As you can see here in the example, it opens with the writer's words and then with a smooth transition into the quotation. Why would someone want to use a blended text reference? Ideally, it's to combine the benefits of both those types of text references. You want to give some element of your own sentence, some element of your own idea or your own words, but also preserve just small portions of very powerful language in some significant way. Use the QR code on the screen to take a quick Google form assessment on what you've learned about direct, indirect, and blended text references. Good luck.